When you enter a luxurious 5-star hotel, one of the very first things that captivates you is not always the grand decor or the dazzling lights but the way the air itself feels. There is often a gentle, lingering fragrance that immediately signals comfort, refinement, and exclusivity. Hotels understand something many people overlook. Scent has a powerful influence on how we perceive spaces and how we remember them. A well-chosen fragrance can make a place unforgettable, while an absence of pleasant scent or the presence of stale odors can leave an otherwise beautiful space feeling lifeless. This is why hotels carefully craft signature scents and rely on essential oil diffusers to ensure their spaces always exude a luxurious and lasting fragrance. Translating this idea into the home can completely transform your environment, making it not only smell good but also feel welcoming, sophisticated, and deeply personal. A signature scent is not just any fragrance, it is a carefully chosen blend designed to represent the identity of a place. High-end hotels often work with professional perfumers to create custom aromas that reflect their brand and ambiance. A tropical resort might lean on bright, refreshing citrus notes layered with coconut or jasmine, while a mountain retreat could prefer deep, woody undertones like cedar, pine, or sandalwood to evoke warmth and coziness. The intention is to create an invisible but powerful fingerprint that stays in a guest's memory long after they leave. In your home, adopting the same approach means selecting or crafting a scent that embodies the atmosphere you want to create. It could be calming and serene, uplifting and energizing, or rich and grounding. The key is consistency. Using the same fragrance elements across your home builds an identity, a scent story that makes your home instantly recognizable and emotionally comforting. Essential oils are the building blocks of these signature scents. Derived from plants, flowers, and herbs, they carry not only pleasant aromas but also therapeutic benefits. Lavender is known for its calming and sleep-enhancing qualities, perfect for bedrooms. Citrus oils like lemon, orange, and bergamot lift the mood, making them ideal for kitchens or living rooms. Eucalyptus brings freshness and clarity, especially in bathrooms or workspaces. Deeper scents like sandalwood, cedarwood, or patchouli add grounding richness that works beautifully in living areas or study rooms. By blending these oils, you can create a layered scent that has top notes, the first impression, middle notes, the body of the fragrance, and base notes, the lasting undertones. This complexity is what makes a fragrance feel luxurious instead of flat or one-dimensional. Diffusion is the method that allows these fragrances to transform a space. Hotels often use advanced systems that pump signature scents into ventilation so the fragrance flows evenly throughout. At home, there are more accessible ways to achieve a similar effect. Ultrasonic diffusers, which use water and vibrations to create a fine mist, are popular for their safety, affordability, and ability to cover small to medium rooms. Nebulizing diffusers are more powerful, releasing pure essential oils into the air without dilution, making them ideal for large spaces or for those who want a stronger impact. Reed diffusers are low maintenance and perfect for creating a steady background fragrance in bathrooms, bedrooms, or entryways. Even candles infused with essential oils can play a role, though they offer ambiance as much as fragrance. The goal is not simply to introduce scent but to do so in a way that feels seamless, natural, and continuous. What separates the hotel approach from typical home fragrance use is balance. Luxury hotels ensure their scents are never overpowering. They should be noticed, but gently, almost as a whisper in the background rather than a loud announcement. Too strong a fragrance can overwhelm guests, cause headaches, or even feel artificial. At home, this same principle applies. Rather than filling every corner with a strong aroma, it is better to layer scents lightly and use diffusers at a lower intensity to create a consistent yet subtle effect. It should feel like the air itself naturally carries a pleasant fragrance rather than like perfume sprayed into the room. Continuity also matters greatly. 5-star hotels don't randomly scatter different scents throughout their spaces. They create a smooth flow that carries guests from one area to the next without jarring transitions. In your home, You can mirror this by selecting complementary fragrances for different rooms. For example, the bedroom could feature lavender and chamomile to encourage rest, while the bathroom has eucalyptus and mint for freshness, and the living room carries a neutral but warm scent like vanilla or sandalwood. Though they are not identical, they complement each other so the overall experience feels cohesive rather than fragmented. This way, walking through your home feels like moving through chapters of the same story, each with its own role but connected by an underlying harmony. The emotional impact of scent cannot be overstated. Smell is directly tied to memory and emotion, which is why a certain fragrance can instantly transport you back to a place or a moment in time. Hotels rely on this phenomenon to build brand loyalty. A guest who smells the same fragrance years later may immediately recall their stay. In your home, establishing a signature scent means creating emotional anchors. Over time, your family, guests, and even you yourself will associate that fragrance with comfort, warmth, and belonging. It becomes part of the identity of your home, a silent but powerful presence that shapes how people feel when they walk through the door. In addition to the psychological effects, essential oils offer practical benefits that synthetic air fresheners cannot. Many oils have natural antibacterial, antifungal, or air-purifying properties. Tea tree oil, for instance, can help cleanse the air, while citrus oils cut through lingering odors from cooking. This means that diffusing essential oils not only makes your home smell luxurious but also contributes to a healthier environment. Unlike artificial sprays, which often mask odors temporarily and can introduce harsh chemicals, essential oils work in harmony with the air, improving it while adding fragrance. Hotels often layer their approach to scent for greater depth. Beyond diffusers, they may use subtly scented cleaning products, linen sprays, or even toiletries that reinforce the same signature fragrance. This layering ensures the scent is not just in the air but woven into the fabric of the environment. At home, you can do the same by using a fabric spray with your chosen essential oils for upholstery, curtains, and bedding, or by adding a few drops of essential oil to your laundry routine. Even candles or wax melts in matching scents can enhance the experience. The idea is to create layers of fragrance so that the entire home feels immersive rather than relying on a single source. Ultimately, creating a luxurious, lasting fragrance in the home is less about expensive products and more about intentionality. It is about asking yourself what feelings you want your space to inspire and then choosing scents that bring those feelings to life. It is about consistency, balance, and subtlety, ensuring that fragrance is always present but never overwhelming. Over time, your chosen scent becomes part of your home's soul. An invisible signature that lingers in the minds of everyone who visits. Just as five-star hotels have mastered the art of turning fragrance into memory, you can use signature scents and essential oil diffusers to turn your home into a sanctuary that always smells elegant, comforting, and uniquely yours. When you step inside a luxurious hotel lobby, one of the most striking details is not only the architecture or the polished design but the air itself. It always feels fresh, light, and clean, as if someone has just opened a window to let in a gentle breeze. The secret lies not in artificial sprays but in a combination of fresh flowers, indoor greenery, and smart ventilation. Together, these elements keep the air naturally clean and create an atmosphere that feels alive. Bringing the same principles into a home can completely change its energy, making it welcoming, healthy, and pleasant without relying on chemical-based solutions. Fresh flowers are the most obvious and immediate way to introduce both fragrance and freshness. Their presence in a room is more than decorative, they carry natural scents that are soft yet noticeable. Lilies, roses, jasmine, lavender, and orchids each contribute unique aromas that transform an ordinary living space into something special. Hotels often place floral arrangements at entrances, reception desks, and lounges because they know the scent of fresh flowers instantly creates a sense of refinement. At home, even a small vase on a table can bring a similar effect. The fragrance not only improves the air but also lifts the mood of those who enter. Flowers communicate care, beauty, and warmth, and they encourage a sense of celebration in everyday life. Greenery plays a quieter but equally important role. While flowers are admired for their scent and beauty, plants are valued for their ability to purify the air. Studies have shown that certain indoor plants, like peace lilies, snake plants, spider plants, and eucalyptus, can absorb toxins and increase oxygen levels. They regulate humidity, reduce dust, and make the air feel fresher without effort. Hotels often use large indoor plants not just as design elements but as natural filters that keep spaces lively. In the home, adding greenery in living rooms, bedrooms, or near windows brings life into the environment. Some plants, such as mint, basil, or eucalyptus, also release subtle natural aromas that continuously refresh the air. Unlike artificial air fresheners that mask smells temporarily, greenery contributes to a long-term improvement in air quality. Even with flowers and greenery, air can become stagnant without proper ventilation. Hotels rely on advanced air circulation systems that constantly exchange stale air with fresh air, ensuring no odors linger. At home, the principle is the same, though the method is simpler. Opening windows regularly, even for just a few minutes each day, can make a huge difference. Cross-ventilation, where air flows from one side of the house to the other, is particularly effective. It clears away cooking smells, pet odors, and humidity that might otherwise make the air heavy. Ceiling fans, portable fans, or air purifiers with filters can enhance this effect, especially in spaces where windows cannot always stay open. Ventilation is the invisible partner of freshness. It doesn't add scent, but it clears away what makes air feel stale, allowing the natural aromas of flowers and greenery to take center stage. The combination of these three elements works because it is natural. Flowers contribute fragrance, plants maintain air quality, and ventilation ensures circulation. Together, they create a cycle of renewal where air is never heavy, musty, or overwhelming. Hotels avoid overusing strong artificial scents because they know true luxury is subtle. A room should smell clean and pleasant without being perfumed to the point of discomfort. At home, following this philosophy means focusing on natural methods first, then adding fragrance only when needed. There is also a psychological impact to this approach. Fresh air makes people feel more awake, relaxed, and comfortable. A room with no ventilation or greenery can feel stuffy and draining, while one with open windows, a plant in the corner, and a vase of fresh flowers immediately feels welcoming. This is why people often describe hotels as refreshing even before noticing specific details. The air itself becomes part of the experience. Recreating this at home gives your living space the same calming quality, turning it into a retreat rather than just a place to sleep. Seasonal changes can enhance the effect further. Hotels often adjust their floral arrangements based on the time of year. Lighter blooms in spring, vibrant flowers in summer, deeper hues in autumn, and evergreens or pine in winter. This subtle shift keeps the scent aligned with the environment and prevents monotony. You can follow the same idea at home by choosing flowers and plants that reflect the season. In spring, tulips and daffodils bring brightness. In summer, roses and sunflowers feel abundant. Autumn may call for chrysanthemums or marigolds, while winter arrangements might include pine branches or holly. These changes not only refresh the air but also keep the home atmosphere connected to the rhythm of nature. Ventilation, too, adapts with the seasons. In warmer months, open windows let in natural breezes, while in colder months, air purifiers and humidifiers can simulate freshness indoors. A bowl of water with eucalyptus leaves placed near a heat source can release a gentle fragrance during dry winter months, while in summer, open air flow supported by fans keeps the space light. The principle remains the same. Allow air to move, exchange, and refresh itself. Another important factor is subtlety. Hotels never overwhelm guests with fragrance because strong scents can feel artificial and even irritating. Instead, the freshness is often a background presence, something you notice without consciously thinking about it. At home, the same restraint makes all the difference. A few stems of flowers are enough for a soft scent. One or two well cared for plants purify quietly without taking over. Ventilation can be achieved with short but regular window openings rather than dramatic changes. The result is an atmosphere that feels elegant and effortless, as if the home naturally breathes. Maintenance is essential to keeping this balance. Flowers need replacing before they wilt to avoid unpleasant smells. Stale water in vases should be changed daily. Plants must be cared for properly, with leaves wiped clean, soil refreshed, and watering managed. Ventilation systems, fans, or purifiers require regular cleaning to prevent dust buildup. Hotels pay attention to these small details, which is why their spaces always feel fresh. At home, adopting the same habits ensures consistency, turning freshness into a daily standard rather than an occasional effort. What makes this approach powerful is that it becomes personal. Hotels may aim for brand identity, but in your home, flowers, plants, and ventilation reflect your preferences and lifestyle. A rose-filled hallway, a eucalyptus plant by the shower, or jasmine near an open window at night creates a signature experience unique to your household. Guests will remember not just how your home looked but how it felt and smelled, associating it with comfort and thoughtfulness. For you, these choices become part of your daily life, enriching your environment in subtle but lasting ways. The beauty of using flowers, greenery, and ventilation is that it respects nature instead of fighting against it. Instead of drowning out odors with chemicals, you allow natural fragrances, living plants, and clean air to define your space. The result is an atmosphere that is both luxurious and healthy, one that mirrors the quiet elegance of a five-star hotel while remaining intimate and personal. Over time, this blend of natural freshness becomes inseparable from your home's character, making it a place where every breath feels renewing and every visit feels special. Fabrics, carpets, and floors are often the hidden sources of odors in a home, yet in five-star hotels they are the very elements that always smell fresh and clean. When you enter a luxury hotel room, you rarely notice any stale or musty scent from curtains, upholstery, or carpeting. Instead, everything carries a sense of crispness, as if freshly prepared just for you. The secret lies in the attention hotels give to these materials, treating them not only as design features but also as surfaces that must hold freshness. Bringing this practice into the home means adopting habits and techniques that prevent odors from settling, refresh fabrics regularly, and maintain floors so that every step you take contributes to a clean, inviting environment. Fabrics are the first layer of comfort in a home, from the curtains hanging by the windows to the sofas and cushions used daily. Over time, these materials absorb smells from cooking, pets, humidity, and even the natural oils from skin. Left unattended, they can give off a subtle but persistent mustiness that lingers even when the rest of the house is clean. Hotels avoid this by frequently refreshing their fabrics. Curtains are either laundered or professionally steamed to remove trapped particles, while upholstery is vacuumed and treated with fabric sprays that neutralize odors. At home, these same practices make a huge difference. Using a vacuum with an upholstery attachment on sofas, chairs, and cushions removes dust and hidden debris that carry smells. Spritzing fabric with a lightly scented mist made from essential oils and water can introduce a subtle fragrance that feels natural rather than overwhelming. Regular washing of removable covers, throw blankets, and cushion cases adds another layer of freshness. Carpets are another silent contributor to a home's scent. Because they cover large areas, they act like sponges for everything that happens in a room: food spills, pet activity, dust, and moisture. Hotels treat carpets with great care, often deep cleaning them on a set schedule to prevent odors from ever taking hold. Steam cleaning or shampooing lifts dirt from deep within fibers, while powdered fresheners sprinkled and vacuumed away provide interim refreshment. At home, making carpet care part of routine cleaning is essential for keeping air fresh. Even without professional equipment, using baking soda as a natural deodorizer works wonders. Sprinkling it over the carpet, letting it sit for 15 minutes, and then vacuuming removes not only surface dirt but also odors trapped in fibers. For households with pets, using an enzyme-based cleaner on spots ensures that odors are neutralized at the source rather than masked. Floors may seem less likely to hold odors, but in reality they contribute significantly to the overall atmosphere of a home. Hardwood, tile, and laminate floors can collect residues from spills, dust, or cleaning products. Hotels keep their floors spotless and lightly scented by using specialized cleaners that not only disinfect but also leave a subtle fragrance behind. In a home setting, choosing a gentle floor cleaner infused with natural essential oils like lemon, eucalyptus, or lavender provides both cleanliness and freshness. Mopping regularly, especially in high-traffic areas, ensures that no buildup dulls the scent of the room. Even adding a few drops of essential oil to mop water can elevate the experience, leaving behind a barely there fragrance that lingers in the background. One of the reasons hotel fabrics and floors always smell fresh is because they do not allow odors to linger long enough to become ingrained. Instead of waiting until a smell is noticeable, they follow a consistent schedule of refreshing and deep cleaning. This proactive approach ensures that the air feels clean at all times. In the home, adopting a similar routine, weekly vacuuming of fabrics, monthly deep cleaning of carpets, and frequent floor washing prevents odors from building up in the first place. The result is not only a cleaner environment but also one that consistently smells pleasant without the need for artificial sprays. Another important factor is the use of odor neutralizers rather than strong perfumes. Hotels know that masking an odor with a heavy fragrance is ineffective. It often creates a clashing, artificial smell. Instead, they use products designed to eliminate the source of odors. In a home, this can mean using natural sprays made from vinegar and water, essential oil-based fabric refreshers, or baking soda-based carpet treatments. These methods remove unwanted smells rather than covering them, which is why the freshness feels so authentic. Adding a signature scent afterward then becomes a gentle enhancement rather than a desperate cover-up. The psychological impact of fresh fabrics and clean floors is more powerful than many realize. When you sit on a sofa that smells faintly of lavender or walk barefoot across a freshly cleaned floor, the experience is sensory and emotional. It creates a sense of calm and luxury that elevates everyday life. Guests notice these details subconsciously. They may not realize why a room feels inviting, but they sense the freshness in the air and the absence of any lingering odors. In your home, taking care of fabrics and floors in this way makes it not only more pleasant for visitors but also for you and your family. It turns the act of relaxing in your living space into an experience of comfort and pride. Seasonal adjustments can also enhance the effect. In colder months, when windows stay closed and fabrics absorb more indoor air, adding a winter-friendly scent like vanilla, cedar, or cinnamon to fabric sprays can make the atmosphere cozy while still fresh. In summer, lighter scents like citrus, mint, or jasmine bring energy and brightness. Hotels often rotate their cleaning products or fabric sprays based on the season to align with the mood of the environment. At home, making similar adjustments keeps the freshness dynamic and prevents it from becoming predictable or stale. Consistency is key. One-time cleaning can make fabrics, carpets, and floors smell better for a day, but without regular upkeep, odors quickly return. Hotels maintain strict routines to ensure consistency, and this discipline is what makes their spaces feel reliably fresh every time. At home, creating small habits, spraying fabrics once a week, sprinkling carpets with baking soda every 2 weeks, mopping floors regularly, ensures that freshness becomes part of the rhythm of daily life. The more consistent the effort, the less dramatic each session needs to be, because odors never get the chance to settle in. The beauty of this approach is that it transforms often overlooked details into sources of pleasure. Curtains no longer just block light, they release a gentle fragrance. Sofas are not simply for sitting, they offer comfort enhanced by freshness. Floors are not just functional surfaces, they contribute to the atmosphere of the room. By treating fabrics, carpets, and floors as active participants in your home's scent profile, you create layers of freshness that feel natural, elegant, and lasting. Ultimately, the secret to making fabrics, carpets, and floors smell as fresh as they do in luxury hotels is care, consistency, and subtle enhancement. It is about recognizing that these surfaces absorb and release odors just as much as the air itself. By refreshing them regularly, neutralizing odors at their source, and layering in gentle natural scents, your home develops an invisible quality of luxury. Every breath feels cleaner, every step feels lighter, and every moment in the space feels more enjoyable. Just as hotels create unforgettable atmospheres through meticulous attention to fabrics and flooring, you can make your home feel equally refined by adopting the same principles, turning everyday spaces into places that always smell like comfort and care. Consistency is one of the most overlooked secrets behind the five-star hotel experience, yet it is also the most powerful. When you step into a luxury hotel, the fragrance, the freshness, and the atmosphere always feel the same no matter when you arrive or how long you stay. The scent is never stronger one day and weaker the next, nor is it pleasant in one corner and stale in another. This is not by accident. Hotels achieve this effect by maintaining a consistent cleaning and scent routine that ensures the atmosphere is reliable. Guests learn to expect a certain standard, and when it is always met, it becomes part of the brand's identity. In the home, consistency works in the same way. It is not enough to clean once in a while or refresh the air only when guests are coming. A true five-star ambiance is built through regular habits that make freshness the default state of the space rather than a temporary improvement. The reason consistency matters so much is because odors and clutter build up invisibly over time. Fabrics slowly absorb cooking smells, carpets gather dust, bathrooms retain humidity, and kitchens pick up traces of food. Individually these changes are small and may go unnoticed day to day, but collectively they alter the atmosphere of the home. Hotels avoid this by never allowing buildup to reach a noticeable point. Daily cleaning schedules, periodic deep cleanings, and continuous fragrance diffusion keep everything balanced so that the air always feels new. At home, adopting this mindset means creating small, repeatable rituals that prevent odors from developing in the first place. It is easier to maintain freshness than to restore it once it has been lost. Consistency also provides a sense of emotional stability. When you walk into a hotel room, you expect it to feel fresh and welcoming every single time. That reliability is part of what makes the experience luxurious. In a home, the same principle applies. Coming home after a long day to an environment that always smells pleasant and feels clean reduces stress and creates a sense of belonging. Instead of occasional bursts of freshness followed by weeks of neglect, the air carries a steady presence of comfort. Guests notice it too. They may not identify exactly why your home feels inviting, but they sense that it always carries the same freshness whenever they visit. This reliability is what turns good habits into an atmosphere of luxury. Creating consistency does not require overwhelming effort. The secret lies in small but steady actions that, when repeated regularly, accumulate into lasting results. Opening windows daily for even a few minutes creates consistent ventilation. Spraying fabrics with a light mist once a week keeps upholstery fresh. Vacuuming carpets on schedule prevents hidden odors from taking root. Mopping floors regularly ensures that surfaces contribute to, rather than detract from, the overall fragrance. Instead of waiting for a problem, these actions maintain a baseline of freshness that feels effortless because it never allows stagnation. Hotels train staff to carry out these habits like clockwork. In the home, developing personal routines achieves the same effect. Consistency also extends to scent identity. Hotels carefully craft signature fragrances and then apply them uniformly across spaces. The scent is subtle, but it is always there. This continuity means that whether a guest is in the lobby, the hallway, or the guest room, they experience the same atmosphere. At home, adopting a consistent scent identity makes your environment feel more cohesive. It does not mean every room must smell identical, but the scents should complement each other and carry a unifying theme. For example, a lavender-based blend in the bedroom, a citrus mint freshness in the kitchen, and a sandalwood undertone in the living room all create variety while still feeling harmonious. Consistency means avoiding random changes or overpowering contrasts, instead aiming for a gentle thread that runs through the entire home. Another benefit of consistency is that it prevents the nose from becoming desensitized. When fragrance levels fluctuate wildly, strong one day and absent the next, it is easy to either become overwhelmed or to stop noticing entirely. A steady background presence, however, ensures that the scent remains noticeable enough to create atmosphere without overwhelming. This is why hotels use automated diffusion systems that keep fragrance levels balanced at all times. At home, this can be achieved with reed diffusers for subtle, continuous scent, ultrasonic diffusers on a timer, or simply by making fragrance part of daily routines. The idea is not to flood the air occasionally but to let it breathe with a steady rhythm of freshness. Consistency also applies to the details of cleaning and maintenance. Hotels do not only clean visible surfaces, they refresh fabrics, sanitize bathrooms, polish floors, and replace flowers with predictable regularity. This comprehensive approach ensures no hidden sources of odor undermine the atmosphere. At home, focusing only on visible areas often leaves behind small pockets of stagnation that eventually spread. Being consistent in less obvious places, washing curtains, deodorizing carpets, cleaning under furniture, and keeping drains fresh, ensures that the entire environment contributes to the overall fragrance. Small, regular attention to these details prevents them from ever becoming problems, which is why hotel rooms feel equally fresh even after countless guests. The psychological effect of consistency should not be underestimated. Humans are creatures of habit, and environments that remain stable provide comfort and reassurance. A home that always smells pleasant becomes associated with peace, relaxation, and safety. Family members come to rely on the atmosphere, and guests form a lasting impression that your home is always welcoming. This builds emotional attachment in the same way hotels build brand loyalty through scent. Over time, your consistent routine becomes part of your identity, and the fragrance of your home becomes inseparable from the memories people carry with them. Consistency is also flexible enough to adapt to lifestyle and season. Hotels adjust their cleaning and scent strategies depending on occupancy, climate, and events, but they never compromise on standards. At home, consistency means creating routines that fit your reality rather than trying to replicate a hotel schedule exactly. For example, a busy household with children and pets may require more frequent vacuuming, while a smaller home may need only weekly refreshment. In summer, ventilation might play a larger role, while in winter, air purifiers and humidifiers maintain balance. What matters is not strict uniformity but steady rhythm. When freshness becomes part of the fabric of daily life, the home maintains a luxury feel effortlessly. The true luxury of consistency is that it makes freshness sustainable. A single deep clean can make a home smell wonderful for a short while, but without follow-through, the effect fades quickly. Consistency ensures that the pleasant atmosphere is not temporary but permanent. Every day feels like a continuation of the same standard, and instead of chasing freshness, you live in it. This is why 5-star hotels never have off days. Their systems are designed to deliver the same experience repeatedly. In your home, the same principle applies. When freshness is built into daily and weekly habits, the environment always feels cared for and welcoming. Ultimately, consistency is the invisible foundation that makes all other efforts work. Flowers, greenery, essential oils, and fabric refreshers only achieve their full impact when applied regularly. Without consistency, freshness is fleeting. With it, freshness becomes the natural state of your home. It is the difference between a space that occasionally smells good and one that always carries a 5-star ambiance. By committing to small, steady routines and maintaining harmony in scent, You create a home that never fails to feel luxurious, welcoming, and alive. Consistency transforms freshness from an effort into a lifestyle, and that is the real secret hotels have mastered, one that anyone can bring into their own space.